Whether it be with a significant other, a parental figure, a friend, or even just some dude you see at the gas station, every relationship we form is very complex, each individual owning an enriched network of interpersonal experiences. In Season 1, Episode 7, Bubble Buddies introduces us to the ever-evolving and ever-complicated beginning of Steven and Connie's relationship. But not only do they introduce a new character in this episode, but they also introduce a new power of Steven's, weaving together the conflicts of the characters with this newfound power. But they definitely stole his shit from Jimmy Neutron, like, let's be real, guys. My little summary that I just gave you is kind of like what I remember of this episode pretty much, but on rewatch, I feel like there's a statement that the writers were really trying to make with how Steven and Connie first meet and their eventual conflict in future. I think ultimately trying to show what a real human relationship looks like. So let's get into it. This episode begins with Steven carrying his bike.
Steven's got a bike!
Good for you, Steven, for actually using this bike rather than storing it in your Lion for months on end like you do later in the series. Sort of like what I do with my bike. Wait, this was literally peak riding. It's so relatable. But all of a sudden, a strange tremor hits the earth.
I don't think they are earthquakes. They're too frequent.
I'm sure this is nothing. Just don't pay attention to it. I don't think it'll come up later. So we eventually see what Steven's real motive is for riding this bike on the sand, which isn't going really well. But it's to impress a girl. Ooh.
5 speeds, handbrakes, electric blue finish with a tiger bell.
And wouldn't you know, Steven shows off his ride. Why do I feel like this is Greg's genes just pumping through him? Why did I say it like that?
Whoa!
And it turns out the gems were actually watching Steven while he was trying to spit game.
You like her!
I like everyone.
Aw, pre-Steven Kevin was so innocent.
Kevin.
They all try to give him advice, but eventually Garnet's like, listen, Steven, you won't know until the end of the season, but I got game. These bitches got no game. Trust me.
Just talk to her.
But before Steven leaves, he grabs a glow stick out of the freezer. And keen-eyed viewers may realize we actually saw this glow stick way back in episode 1. Just ignore this red glow stick. It definitely doesn't pop up later. Just ignore it. I lied.
Hi, my name is Steven. Hi, my name is Steven. Hi, my name is Steven.
So then these ground tremors that are too frequent to be earthquakes shake once again, causing a loose part of the temple to fall straight towards Steven's crush. Oh no.
Hi, my name is Steven.
What happened?
I'm glad you asked, Connie. Let me explain.
Magic.
Okay, Steven, hold on a second. So this is our very first introduction to Steven's bubble. And look at the pretty flower design. That's awesome. I wish it did that every time. This flower, of course, also symbolizes to us that, like, yeah, this is one of Rose's powers. From my memory, though, I don't think we ever see Rose use the bubble, which I guess makes sense. The majority of her scenes, she's never really in defense. The one time she is, it's like a more direct attack, so she uses a more direct defense. But especially from the last episodes, I'm glad Steven has this power. We know how dangerous some of this stuff can get, especially being a little kid, you know? It's like big bubble wrap for him. And even as he gets older, he finds new and improved ways to use his power. I like it. But I think what is interesting is just as we get introduced to this new character, we also get introduced to a new power. I believe this correlates Steven's feelings and emotions to his powers. And now we finally get to meet this mysterious girl that's watching Greg drive by in the intro. And this random lady that will definitely not be important later on. I don't really know who she is. I lied. Again. Now this mysterious girl, of course, also eventually turns into Greg in the future show, so what beautiful storytelling.
I'm magic. Well, half magic on my mom's side.
You did this?
I like this tone of Steven being so mundane about explaining his magic side. I think it shows the normality of it to him, but also highlights how jarring it may be to someone like Connie. I really do enjoy what they do later on with the details of Connie and how she hides these powers from her parents.
I'm a member of the Crystal Gems. We fight monsters and protect humanity and stuff.
Oh, that's kind of like my dad. He's a cop.
Oh my god, Steven, run.
Well, more like a private security guard.
Oh wait, no, okay. You're probably good. And what would this series be without me saying how much I like the dialogue? Cause I do. The situation really feels like just two kids in an awkward spot. One comfortable with the silence and one not so much.
So, how long does it usually last?
Oh, right.
What's wrong?
It, doesn't seem to want to go away.
Oh.
Now give me a medal for figuring this one out. I feel like Steven doesn't actually want the bubble to go away. Thank you. I know.
So I don't see you around that often.
My dad works for a bunch of different beaches, so we're never in the same place long.
Also, my mom's a doctor, so we're like rich as fuck. It does seem like the Maheshwarams did eventually hunker down though, so... I mean, hooray, I think. And after attempting to roll back up to the house to get the gems, the pair realized they can't climb their way up, and Steven told them not to watch, because it was messing up like his funky flow or something.
It'll mess up my funky flow.
Funky flow?
We won't watch.
We can just wait here until they come out.
Connie, don't be rude. That doesn't happen until the end of the season. So Steven, not wanting to ruin the vibe and probably not actually wanting to find a way out, heads to the big donut.
Way to go, Steven. Is this your magic love bubble or something? Did you make it? Because you're in love.
Lars, you have beautiful subtextual analysis skills. I can see why they made a spin-off about you.
Lars, quit being a jerk and help!
What? I'm helping Steven on his date.
You're embarrassing him!
Oh, I am not.
He and Sadie run the big donut.
Do they get along?
They're crazy about each other.
And I'm sure Sadie ends up in that spin-off with you, right? You guys are in love?
My parents don't let me eat donuts. They have trans fats.
What?
Connie must get more rebellious later on since she does decide to get some donuts like multiple times, I'm pretty sure. I'm on to you, Connie.
Whoa, a trawler! And a little skipjack!
You know a lot about boats.
That's what happens when you hang out at the beach and don't swim and don't have friends. You look at boats.
Oh!
Finally, we get introduced to one of the best characters in the show. Okay, now I know, if you guys have been following me for a while, that's actually very hypocritical of me to say.
He steals Steven's chips, he steals Steven's toys, he puts rats in his mouth. Like, okay, bro, what do you want me to say? Cool? You're obviously just doing that for attention. You know that's gross. Fuck this little shit, okay? He is a brat.
Okay, you get it? I didn't really like him. But then one day I was doing, you know, a casual Google on myself, as you do, and I saw a Twitter post saying, I know Jord is like the Steven Universe YouTube channel. He doesn't fuck with Steven Universe like I do, sorry. Which is fine, we can all have our opinions, you know? But this reply is what got me. He hates Onion, sad face. My stomach dropped, sad face. Have I been too hard on this guy? He was just trying to help, I mean, even in his first main appearance. I should go easy on the little sprout. Onion? I'm sorry.
We need a harpoon gun!
What?
To pop the bubble.
Can't we just go back to your house?
It's okay. I'm a gem.
So just like in the previous scene, it seems like Steven is either subconsciously not wanting to find the gems to fix this, because in reality he doesn't want it fixed, or he wants to prove to himself and Connie that he can do it himself, because like he wants to be a man to impress her or something. Probably both though. And look at Steven being so enamored by Connie's intelligence. Aww. But anyway, this trait of Steven's over-attachment to Connie is a trait that consistently appears within Steven, that can seem endearing or charming, but eventually may turn a little naive and overbearing, to the point he may even flip 180 and decide to cut all contact off with you. But then a few years later, he'll be on his knees proposing to you.
Funland?
Yeah, tons of horrible accidents happen here every day.
Wait, what? Wiener in hand? What? What's going on? So Steven being like, okay, no, I swear I know how to break this bubble, girl, goes to the Appalachian coaster.
The kitty coaster!
Sorry, the kitty coaster, I guess.
All right, we just roll down this ramp as the carts are coming at us, and the crash will break us free.
What happens after the bubble pops?
We'll be free.
So then the tremors that are too frequent to be earthquakes shake once again. At first I thought like this made them fall into the tracks, but after replay, I think I gave Steven like time to push the bubble on the tracks while Connie was distracted, which is like pretty brutal. But you know what? Desperate times call for desperate measure. I'm sure this is how they break out of the bubble. Why is there still more time to this episode? Oh, okay. That's pretty bad. So this bubble has survived a harpoon gun, a roller coaster, and now the depth of the ocean.
It's a good thing this bubble is airtight. Otherwise, we'd be drowning right now.
Okay, guys, and here's where I want to bring up something that you said. That's right, you. In episode 4 of this series, I was like,
but also, wouldn't bubbling the fire make the fire go out because wouldn't the fire need oxygen? Is there any scientists in the chat? Comment down below to let us know.
And so many of you guys in the comments were like, oh yeah, bro, the bubble makes oxygen. Like they say that in Bubble Buddies. And like it It really doesn't. Like, Steven barely survives in space with this bubble. And I know for a split second he's literally in space, but it's okay for it to be a bit of cartoon physics for some cool shit because, you know, it is a cartoon. And Connie eventually brings up that the possibility of suffocating is something that's actually going to happen.
And I got trapped in a bubble and almost drowned.
Oh yeah, so did the person's daughter that you're talking to right now. All cause you wanted to be a good hang, bro.
A huge worm!
So if we look closely, we can see a gem within this monster. So it actually appears to be a corrupted gem.
It only wants to eat that bright stuff. See? Not scary at all.
It really was too frequent to be earthquakes. I also do wonder if this was the elusive, like, monster from the last episode, like with the iconic gem sloop. Remember that? Garner did say it was a tectonic emergency, so maybe it was before they realized it was too frequent to be earthquakes. This also isn't the only time we'll see corrupted gems take a liking to food, but it is interesting. Like, I wonder what this gem did before and why it likes glowing stuff. Wait, this is what she looks like uncorrupted? Why is she kinda... And Connie, she's just not having a good time, man. I mean, you can't even see her eyes. In animation, that means she's pissed.
It's okay.
It's not okay! You keep saying that, but you don't know what you're doing. Now we're going to suffocate or starve at the bottom of the ocean. And only my parents will notice because no one else cares about me.
Huh?
I'm gonna disappear without ever making a single friend.
And guys, although we needed an emotional breaking point for this episode, I think this insertion of Connie crying about not having any friends wasn't really necessary. It almost seems interjected into the plotline for just being a conflict. But I think the story already had enough going on, as in Connie finally raising her own concerns and not letting Steven overcome her opinions. I think Connie's confrontation is a good enough through line on its own without this interjection. Of course, this is within retrospective now, and I feel they just needed to give her some depth in this singular episode, but yeah, I honestly think the episode could have been fine without it. But here's where this storyline, you know, gets a little Steven Universe-y twist on it. An object that we saw all the way back in episode 1 that was then showed for just a second at the beginning of this episode finally reappears and we learn the origin of it.
I saw you at the boardwalk parade last year. You dropped your bracelet. I picked it up, but then I couldn't find you. I saved it in the freezer so it would last longer, in case I saw you again.
And Steven, the one who ignored Connie pretty much this whole episode, leading to the situation getting worse and worse, makes an incredibly thoughtful gesture.
I'm sorry, Connie. If I had returned your bracelet back then, you wouldn't be stuck in this bubble with me now.
In a way, this glow stick almost becomes symbolism for Connie and Steven's eventual love for each other. However, it sours into overbearingness. Yet this overbearingness was present since this episode, since they first met. I think that's so cool. I do firmly think that growing up with this show has taught me that relationships are about learning to be independent together, but also the beauty of relationships hold the ability to lean on somebody else when you're feeling down. And I think Steven's codependency has been on display ever since they met. But that doesn't make him a bad character, it makes him real. People have flaws and traits that seem unreasonable, and I think when those relationships really work is when both parties are able to voice each other, thus becoming to a better conclusion for the both of you, whatever that may be. If you are both willing to work with each other, then I think that's kind of all that matters.
No, it's okay. I'm having fun.
And wouldn't you know, as Steven and Connie are sitting in the exact position they would be years later, the bubble pops, and the pair are able to swim to the surface. Yay! Oh shit, wait, we're still not done. The worm thing is back. So as the worm chases Steven and Connie, Steven realizes it's actually attracted to the bracelet because...
It eats bright stuff!
Yes, thank you, Steven. So Steven runs back and loops behind Connie. Low-key crazy moves, Steven. I think that's that diamond coming out of you.
Go! Run that way! I'm sorry!
I also like this detail of Steven apologizing after pushing Connie. And then boom, we get this cool sequence of Steven versus the worm, and Steven actually ends up poofing the worm. Damn, he's got like 3 bodies so far this season. And now with the corrupted monster finally poof, the Deus Ex gems pop up.
Steven, what's going on? What did you do?
He was incredible!
What did you say, Connie?
He was incredible! He was incredible! He was incredible!
What?
He was incredible!
Get me out of here!
Steven's like, wait, was that shit actually badass? And she's like, mm-hmm. And now that the gems are here, we get some more information about Steven's mysterious funky flow power.
Hey, don't mess with his funky flow.
Funky flow?
It's actually the power he uses to get White Diamond. It's amazing foreshadowing. And that's how Season 1, Episode 7, Bubble Buddies ends. The episode that introduces us to Connie's character, as well as a new power. Both working to tie into themes and conflicts that are present way later on in the show. But despite this, they're still willing to work on their love. And I think that's what relationships truly are. The ability to work and understand each other. And I feel like that's what they're trying to say with Steven and Connie's first episode. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Or am I just full of shit? Thank you to my YouTube and Patreon members for helping support me. It genuinely means a lot. And this summer, I'm going to ramp it up. I've been so busy with school, so I've only been able to upload like once every 3 weeks. But I'm very excited to finally have more free time to, you know, make more videos for you guys. Okay, I don't even remember what the next episode is. Let's see. Oh, okay, it's Serious Steven. Okay, be ready for that. Bye-bye.